Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel UK News. We hope you are doing great. Well, in this video, we will talk about title: Stock markets surge to new heights following decline in US inflation. Hey, everyone. So, have you heard the latest buzz in the financial world? Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Recently, stock markets have been soaring, hitting record highs, and the big news driving the surge is a significant drop in US inflation. Let's break this down a bit and see what it all means. Understanding inflation. Okay, first off, what exactly is inflation? It's essentially the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services rises, leading to a decrease in purchasing power. So, when inflation is high, your dollar doesn't go as far. You might notice that your favorite coffee shop is charging more for that latte, or maybe groceries are costing you more each week. Now, a moderate level of inflation is pretty normal in a growing economy, but when it skyrockets, like it did in the past couple of years, it can really shake things up. I mean, who likes paying more for the same things, right? Recent trends in inflation. So, let's talk about what's been happening recently. In the US, inflation peaked at rates we hadn't seen in decades. This was largely due to a combination of factors, including supply chain disruptions from the pandemic, soaring energy prices, and rising demand as people started spending again. Yeah, it was a wild ride. But now there's been some positive news. Recent reports indicated a notable decline in inflation rates. This means that the cost of living is stabilizing, which is fantastic for consumers and businesses alike. When people can spend without worrying as much about rising prices, it creates a healthier economy overall. Stock market reaction, right? So how does this all tie into the stock market? Well, stock markets are often sensitive to economic indicators, and inflation is a big one. When inflation goes down, it signals that the economy might be stabilizing. This leads investors to feel more optimistic, which often translates to increased buying activity in the stock market. Think about it this way. If inflation is under control, the Federal Reserve might be less inclined to raise interest rates aggressively. Lower interest rates typically mean cheaper borrowing costs for companies, which can boost profits and, in turn, stock prices. Yeah, that's a win-win. Record highs explained. So, with the recent decline in inflation, stock markets have reacted positively, reaching record highs. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, S&P 500, and Nasdaq all saw impressive gains. For instance, the S&P 500 recently hit levels we haven't seen before. It's like investors are saying, all right, things are looking up. This kind of optimism can be contagious. When investors see others jumping in, they often want to join the party too, which can lead to further increases in stock prices. It's a bit like when everyone starts dancing at a party, you just want to get in on the fun. What this means for investors. I see a lot of potential implications for both seasoned investors and those just starting out. For long-term investors, this might be a great time to review portfolios and consider where to allocate funds based on the current economic climate. You know, it's also important to remember that while a falling inflation rate is good news, it doesn't guarantee that stock prices will keep rising indefinitely. The market can be unpredictable, so it's always wise to stay informed and maybe even consult with a financial advisor if you're unsure. Broader economic implications. Moreover, this trend of declining inflation and rising stock markets has broader economic implications. It can encourage consumer spending, which drives economic growth. When consumers feel more confident about their finances, they're likely to spend more, further fueling the economy. Also, lower inflation can ease the financial pressure on families and individuals. This can lead to better quality of life, as people can afford more without stretching their budgets too thin. Global impact. Now, let's not forget the global perspective. U.S. economic indicators, like inflation and stock performance, can influence markets around the world. Many international investors keep a close eye on the U.S. for cues about where to invest their money. So, when the U.S. shows signs of economic stability, it can lead to increased investment in emerging markets and other economies as well. Yeah, it's a big interconnected web we're dealing with here. Cautionary notes. But, okay, let's keep it real. While there's a lot to be optimistic about, we need to remain cautious. Market corrections can happen, and external factors like geopolitical tensions, natural disasters, or unexpected economic data can cause shifts in investor sentiment. So, I think it's essential to balance optimism with a healthy dose of realism. Staying diversified in your investments can help cushion against volatility in the markets. Future outlook. Looking ahead, many analysts are keeping an eye on future inflation reports, Federal Reserve policies, and overall economic conditions. The hope is that we can maintain this positive momentum. Also, ongoing advancements in technology and productivity could continue to influence market trends. The rise of AI, renewable energy, and other innovations can open up new avenues for growth. Conclusion. In summary, the recent fall in U.S. inflation has led to stock markets hitting record highs, and that's definitely a cause for celebration. This situation reflects not only a more stable economic environment, but also potential opportunities for investors. So, whether you're a seasoned stock market veteran or just dipping your toes into the waters, it's a great time to stay informed and consider how these changes might affect your financial decisions. Thanks for tuning in, and let's keep an eye on how things evolve in the coming weeks and months. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about this recent market surge? Are you feeling optimistic about the future? Thanks for watching our video. Please hit the button and subscribe the channel.